Now, there are also two other players that have been mentioned to be in the way of getting a new contract, or to be in the process of getting new contracts, and that is Bukayo Saka as well as William Saliba. I think with Saka, it is open. We've spoken about it on a couple of occasions. Arsenal need to do that as soon as they can. I mean, there is no way you want to convince us, and it shouldn't be let. Yes, we've mishandled player contracts before, but with Saka, it is one we should do even before the end of the season. But according to reports, according to the Athletic, they report that Arsenal will be looking at giving him a new contract at the end of the season. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I think the only question is how much is he gonna get and things like that, and the incentives and things like that. Because if you look at Arsenal's top four highest earners, you have Partey, you have Lacazette, you have Pepe, and Ben White. Ben White deserves to be part of our highest earners. Partey deserves to be part of our highest earners. Lacazette will be leaving in the summer, so either way, he could be off the books in terms of wages, and Pepe will be leaving very, very soon as well. So I just feel like Saka needs to be part of our highest earners. Honestly, he needs to be up there with the big boys earning the money. But with William Saliba, I think he's one that we need to talk about very, very carefully. Arsenal want to give William Saliba a new contract in the summer. Now, Saliba's been really progressing very well for the past 3 years, to an extent that when it comes to the defenders of his age, 20, 21, that's 19, 20, 21, up to 23, he is one of the best. You could even argue that in that centre-back pairing that we have at Arsenal, Saliba is better than either Gabriel or Ben White. I mean, it's a close one. It'd be a very, very close one. But Arsenal do want to give him a new contract, and I'm really amazed, and not really amazed, but it's one that is really going to interest me. I don't know how the contract talks between Saliba and Arsenal will look like and what they will sound like, because we've humiliated them for 2 years now. And more reports have come out from France saying he's comfortable and he has never forgotten all the kind of humiliation he suffered in London. Because for him, in his world, before he left for Marseille, and even after he left for on that loan deal, he said, "I was ready. I wanted to get a chance, but I was disappointed that the manager didn't even try to hear me out. The manager didn't even try to give me a chance." And I think it's one of those it's one of those small scenarios where a player has now has more reasons not to sign for you on a long-term contract rather than sign for you. I think with Arsenal, we are in a position of power regarding Saliba, because he still has more years on his contract. But again, with Saliba, he's again in that kind of position where he has power as well, because he will be like, you either sell me with 2 years left on my contract, or I will go in the I will stay for another year, then get into the final year of my contract, and then I can sign a pre-agreement with any other club. And with the level of at which Saliba is playing, if you look at the centre backs around Europe, for me, he's better than Dayot Upamecano. Yes, Upamecano had a very, very good spell at RB Leipzig, but for me, I would definitely take Saliba over Dayot Upamecano. Saliba is very, very flexible. If you look at Liverpool, as they try to find their next generation of centre backs, they have Konate in there. I think Joe Matip for the next 2 seasons, he will be done. Virgil van Dijk maybe the next 3 years. They might need to find a replacement. If Liverpool can get their hands on William Saliba, they'll be like, wow, right? They'll be like, wow, this is one that we really needed. Clubs like Chelsea, Thiago Silva is not going to be there for long if they can get their hands on William Saliba. So Arsenal do have a valuable. We do have a very, very valuable player that we've really, really treated poorly, and now we want to, we want to bring in some kind of romanticism. I don't know where this is going to end, but I really wish Arsenal can pull this off. I wish Arsenal can just wake up one day and we have signed Saliba on a new contract. Because for me, at some point in time, he will play for Arsenal. If he's given the chance, I look at him as, a player in that scenario of or situation of Gabriel Martinelli. You wait, they wait, but when they get their chance, there is no doubt they're gonna be dangerous. They're gonna be deadly. I think it's one of those. It's definitely one of those. So if we can give him a new contract and give him a chance, I'm not surprised in any way. I will not be surprised in any way if he becomes a starter ahead of a centre back at Arsenal. All he needs for me is a chance. That's what Saliba needs. He's been at Marseille, he's doing so well. He's been at Saint Etienne, he's done so well. He's been at Nice, he's done so well. Yes, it might not be having that kind of Premier League experience and maybe experience in Europe. But if you look at players like Wesley Fofana, they've come in at Leicester City. If it's not the injuries that actually retarded him, you've got to argue that he's been doing very, very well. Honestly, you've got to argue that he actually adapted to life in the UK very well. So Saliba, interesting that Arsenal want to give him a new contract. It will be a smart move. I can't even lie about that. It will be a very, very smart move. But can we do it? That's the question. Can we actually do it? Can we tie him down to a new contract? Now, moving on to the striker situation around Arsenal. I'll start off with reports from France. Actually, not reports. There were comments by sporting director from Lyon, Gilles-Michel Arles. So strong, very, very strong. I think it's one of those scenarios where you feel like however much you want a player to stay around, he's not going to stay with you. He's gonna move on. He's gonna go. Honestly, I think that is that is it. So with Alexander Lacazette, Jean-Michel Aulas actually came out and he said, we want Alexander Lacazette and we will try to sign him at the end of the season. We've been trying to monitor him. We've been trying to monitor him for some time, and we'll try to get him back in the in the side at Lyon. And look, it's been reported by L'Equipe that Arsenal would love to give him a new contract, but we are not meeting his demands. So the chances are that Nketiah and Lacazette will actually follow Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So big, I think big moves there. Big moves from Lyon. Very, very big moves. But for me, I've always made it very clear that for Lacazette, Arsenal needs a new chapter. We just need to move on.